that Adam alayhi salam, he came down in what is known as the Indo-Pak subcontinent, precisely Sri Lanka.
I mean, who can make bigger lies than the lies of Muhammad? Do you know what the distance between those two? And not only that, I mean, you can go direct distance because using the ocean, because this guy, he don't have a submarine or a ship. This is Adam, the first man. He don't even have a hammer in his hand.
Yes, very true. Adam had to cross the sea, which is impossible for a man to do alone. Beloved, this is very funny. Can you believe that Adam and Eve were not in any Garden of Eden? Does it shock you? You shouldn't be shocked. I'll be getting with me. That is exactly what Muhammad says. Okay, that's Islamic teaching. Yes, though in the Quran, I think most Muslims will tell you that the Quran doesn't say so. But frankly speaking, the Prophet of Islam says that Adam wasn't in any Garden of Eden. Adam came to this very earth with a parachute. You understand? I think Adam was a parachute commander. Beloved, Adam was a parachute commander. And you know where he landed? He was sent to earth by Allah. And Adam landed in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, according to geography and according to the map of Sri Lanka denotes that it's an island. And Muslims will be telling you Adam had to perform Hajj, and he did this for 40 days. So how did he do that? Did he go to Mecca by ship or by any submarine? And do you know one funny thing? What about Eve? Perhaps you are asking. If Adam was a parachute commander and he was sent by Allah to earth, and surely he landed on the island of on the island called Sri Lanka, what about Eve, whom Muslims term as Hawa? What about her? It will shock you. Shall we take a quick break, and we're going to hear Christian Prince out when he was commenting or run a commentary on these assertions from Mufti Meng, an Islamic scholar. You're welcome back, beloved. I believe you are waiting for where also Eve landed. Okay, this is the exact reason D.A. Sean Paul will tell you that without announcing story, Islam dies. Okay, without announcing story, Islam dies. You've been watching videos, you've been watching programs on this platform, and you've been hearing Islamic so-called apologists who has been trying to create some miracles for Muhammad. Meanwhile, Muhammad himself knows he never performed any miracle. Do you understand? He himself knows he never performed any miracle. History do not recognize any miracle in regards to Muhammad. Tradition do not recognize any miracle in regards to Muhammad. But these Muslims trying to protect Islamic orthodoxy tries their possible best to create some miracle for him. Why are you forcing him to have miracle? Meanwhile, he had no miracle. He had no miracle to perform. Well, that was just by the way. Beloved, shall we go to Mufti Meng? Okay, Mufti Meng is an Islamic scholar, and Muslims do revere him a lot. I've been watching a lot of his programs, and Muslims do welcome him on every platform. You understand? Shall we hear him out? He is telling us some story about Adam. Okay, Adam and Eve. And you can't laugh. I just don't want you to laugh. Perhaps when I was saying that Adam was a parachute commander, you would ask of, what about Eve? With that of Eve, Christian Prince is going to help us hear this. And even Mufti Meng himself is going to help us hear this. Eve also came to earth with in a parachute. You understand? She was also a parachute commander. She was an expert. But she didn't land at the location where Adam landed in Sri Lanka. Okay, that island. She didn't land there, but rather she landed somewhere, a place where Adam would never ever secure her to marry her and to have been able to bring about all generations on earth. You understand? So this is how Islam is teaching its addressees. And if you think it is very much tangible and it's very much informative, educative, and it is very much important religion for you to follow, this will tell you. Shall we hear Mufti Meng out and return?
Brother?
Now if we look at Adam alayhi salam, he came down onto the earth. He was sent to the earth. There's a question. Where did he land?
Where?
He wasn't just thrown so that suddenly he landed, meaning he dropped. But Allah placed him on the earth.
Where?
This we find in the narration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he says that Adam alayhi salam, he came down in what is known as the Indo-Pak subcontinent, precisely Sri Lanka.
Hope you heard him. He says Adam was sent to the earth. He dropped, but Allah placed him on earth. Adam dropped. Okay, but Allah placed him on earth. Precisely Sri Lanka. You get that? Precisely Sri Lanka, on a mount called Adam's Peak. Green and beautiful as if it's not from this earth. But I don't want to create anything. That's what he's saying. Okay? And the addressees are very happy and they are yelling with excitement. Wow. He says Allah sent Adam to earth, but he dropped. And Allah placed him on earth. And the place where he placed Adam was Sri Lanka, on a mount called Adam's Peak. And that mount is very green, and looking at how its beauty looks like, it seems fancy. It isn't from this very earth, but it seems fancy. It came from heaven. But he says you don't want to create something. You already created it. Mufti Meng. Well, let's go to Christian Prince. What do you say about this?
Precisely. Precisely. The Sheikh, they challenged me and they said to me, not this Sunday, the Sunday after.
Christian Prince is shocked. Just like myself over here, I'm also in a great shock over here. Okay? Meaning the Bible is lying. And even your own Quran is lying. Okay? The Bible tells us of no aircraft. Adam, the Bible never tells us that Adam had to come to earth in a parachute. And Eve also had to come to earth in a parachute. Well, from all these unanswered stories. Well, shall we proceed? Christian Prince says, when you search for Sri Lanka on the map, it's an island. So how did Adam come to Mecca to do Hajj? Any Mohammedan can help me? So maybe Mr. Mufti Meng is going to be able to answer this. Well, let's go to Christian Prince again. What again do you tell us about what Mr. Mufti Meng is saying?
There is a mount there known as Adam's Peak. If you go there, you will find it green and beautiful, as though it is not from this earth, but it is. I'm not trying to imply anything.
Allah, he sent Adam in Sri Lanka. Now, if we go and look at the map of Sri Lanka, we will find that Sri Lanka is an island. So how Adam, he come to Mecca to do Hajj? Any Muhammadan can help me? Adam, he did Hajj 40 times. For sure, 40 times. Muhammad is stuck with the number 40. 40 times. Adam, he went to Hajj. From where? From Sri Lanka. But Sri Lanka is an island. And where Allah, he dropped Eve. Did Allah drop Eve in Sri Lanka too? No.
Well, it says Adam did Hajj 40 times from Sri Lanka, an island. And where did Allah drop Eve? In same place? No. Where? Let's hear him out and return. That is Mufti Meng.
Where?
What about Hawa? Where did she come down? In Jeddah. Where is Jeddah? Jeddah is in the Arabian Peninsula. We know today as Saudi Arabia.
Beloved, I think perhaps the map is actually going to be shown on the screen from Christian Prince premises, okay, and it's going to help you, okay. Perhaps you were waiting for where Eve also were landed, where she also was sent, okay. According to Mufti Meng, Eve also was Eve also dropped, okay, in Jeddah. Allah dropped her in Jeddah. Okay, maybe it was dropping. How we get to him? So she was taken to Jeddah. She wasn't taken to Sri Lanka. She didn't land on the same island with Adam, but rather she was taken to Jeddah. Jeddah in the Arabian Peninsula, known today as Saudi Arabia. You see, so according to Mufti Meng, according to this Islamic scholar, Adam came to earth in a parachute or whatever. Okay? Adam came to earth, he was dropped. He was dropped and he was placed in Sri Lanka, on that island. And also Eve was dropped, okay, in Jeddah, the present day Saudi Arabia. Well, Christian Prince, what do you say about this?
So Adam in Sri Lanka and Eve in Jeddah?
Well, that is exactly what Mufti Meng is saying. Okay, Mufti Meng, is it true? Is that what you are actually saying? That Adam was dropped in Sri Lanka and Hawa in Jeddah? Let's hear Mufti Meng.
Jeddah.
Okay, let's again go to Christian Prince. Christian Prince asked this question: did Muhammad lie? Hold on, let me open the map. Muhammad is a blatant liar. Sri Lanka is disconnected from the earth, the land of India. Let's hear him out.
So look at this God. He sent Adam. I mean, Muhammad, he don't lie. My brothers, sisters, the Prophet of Allah, he don't lie. So Allah, he sent Adam to Sri Lanka and he sent Eve to where? To Jeddah. Hold on, let me open the map. Muhammad don't lie, man. I mean, imagine if I am the one who's saying that. The Muslim, they will laugh at me non-stop. But as long as Muhammad is the one saying those stupid things, it's okay. He's a prophet of Allah. He can lie as much as he wants. We will open the map just to understand how big the lie of, I mean, who can make lies like the prophet of Allah? I telling you. So this is Sri Lanka, brother. Adam was landed there. And as you see, it's disconnected from the earth. I mean, that's the mainland of India.
So that is the map Christian Prince is showing you, beloved. He says Adam didn't have a ship to have moved from this island to Mecca for Hajj. Or did he fly? What about Jeddah? Let's hear him out and return.
It's disconnected. How Adam, he went all the way, and this is the first man. Don't tell me he have a ship and he have, you know, he don't have anything yet. And where is Jeddah? Let us go to Jeddah. Man, look how close Jeddah is. This is Jeddah here. And this is Sri Lanka here. So brother and sister, after Adam, he landed in Sri Lanka, and Eve landed in Jeddah. Look like Eve is an Arab. Adam is an Indian.
On that Sri Lanka island, how possible could Adam have been able to go to Mecca for Hajj? He couldn't be able. Okay, because Sri Lanka is far away from Saudi Arabia. It is far away from Mecca, and Sri Lanka is even separated from the land. It's an island. You get that? And during that time, since Adam was the first man, he hadn't yet had anything like ship. He didn't have anything like submarine to have taken him to Mecca, okay, to do Hajj. So what from this story? This another story. Well, what about Jeddah? Let's see Jeddah 2 on the map.
And where is Jeddah? Let us go to Jeddah. Man, look how close Jeddah is. This is Jeddah here. And this is Sri Lanka here. So brother and sister, after Adam, he landed in Sri Lanka, and Eve landed in Jeddah. Look like Eve is an Arab. Adam is an Indian.
Well, according to Christian Prince, Jeddah and Sri Lanka are never closer. Okay, Jeddah, according to this Islamic scholar, Eve was in Arabia, and also Adam was an Indian. Okay, Adam was an Indian, and Eve was an Arab. Look at this. Look at this. Where from this another story? Where did you study in the Bible and you came across something like this? Fancy Adam went to his place and Eve also went to her place. Even in your own Quran, is that what your own Quran says? Even the Quran doesn't mention any Eve. You understand? This is another story. This is creation. And Mufti Meng is speaking fancy. He's saying something great. And these addresses are also yelling with excitement. All because most people do not want to study. Most Muslims do not want to ask questions because it is asking of questions are boycotted. Okay, when an imam or a sheikh is standing in front of you teaching. According to Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ayah 101. Well, Christian Prince, let's proceed. Christian Prince says Allah sent them to earth, and the parachute of Adam landed him on an island in India, and the parachute of Eve also landed her in Jeddah. Let's hear him out and return.
Oh boy. Allah, he sent them down from heaven. The parachute of Adam landed in Sri Lanka, and the parachute of Eve landed in Jeddah. Too bad I wasn't there at that time.
Well, again, this is very nice question. Christian Prince asks, how was Adam able to find Eve? Myself, that is what I'm asking over here. How was he able to find Eve? Can any Muslim tell me who can make bigger lies like the lies of Muhammad? Consider the distance between them. Adam didn't have submarine. He didn't have a ship, because even on the map you can see the distance between them. Okay, he was a mere man, and he couldn't have been able to swim all the way to Saudi Arabia or Jeddah. How did he have an encounter with Eve? Shall we hear him out and return?
And then how they met again? How Adam, he was able to find Eve? Any Muslim can tell me?
Well, again, let's hear Christian Prince out.
I mean, who can make bigger lies than the lies of Muhammad? Do you know what the distance between those two? And not only that, I mean, you can go direct distance because using the ocean, because this guy, he don't have a submarine or a ship. This is Adam, the first man. He don't even have a hammer in his hand.
Yes, very true. Adam had to cross the sea, which is impossible for a man to do alone. Well, again, let's go to Christian Prince.
So he have to cross the sea, which is impossible for a man to do alone. And then he have to go all the way through India and Pakistan today, and then Iran, and then Iraq, and then go back all the way to Saudi Arabia. How long the trip is?
Yes, Adam had to go all the way through India and Pakistan today, then Iran, and then Iraq, and then go back all the way to Saudi Arabia before he this is I don't think when Muslims were putting this, or when Muhammad was fabricating this, he considered he considered geography. Okay, when he was doing this, he didn't consider geography. Hope you get with me. Sri Lanka is an island, and it is far separated from Saudi Arabia. And for Adam to have been in Sri Lanka, it really means that he was an Indian. And for Eve to have landed in also Jeddah, it really means that she was an Arabian. You get that? Therefore, Adam was an Indian and Eve was an Arabian. Where did you study this? You are just repeating a story that is in the Bible. You are just repeating a biblical story or biblical information, and you are messing around with it. Okay, this is illiteracy. It is called biblical illiteracy. Do you understand? Biblical illiteracy. Well, let's end it up here by going to Christian Prince. Let's hear him out on his final words.
And all this time, how many years Eve is waiting for Mr. Adam? And how he knew she is there? I am thinking that Adam, when he went down to the earth, he opened his cell phone and he said to Eve, "What's up?" Adam, he said to her, "Well, I am your husband." And then the Muhammadan, they claim that they found the footprint of Adam. Let me find you the footprint of Adam. I want to show you the footprint of Adam, brother. You would love it, brother. This is the footprint of Adam. You know, the first time I saw this, I said to myself, I think Adam was a kangaroo, because there's only one footprint. What happened to the other print? Like Adam used to walk like boing, 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 boing with one foot. What are you, Muhammadan? Do you use your brain? How come there's only one footprint? Where is the rest? The guy, he have only one foot? So Adam with one foot, he was able to walk all the way from Sri Lanka, all the way to Jeddah. And he left only his footprint only in that place, brother. Hold on, Zakir Naik is calling. Christian Prince, first of all, I'm going to get deported. Me, myself, I went to Sri Lanka, and I saw the footprint. And actually, we saw even fingerprint of Adam. Fingerprint, I thought only footprint. Christian Prince, according to the biggest scientific in the world, they found that this is really the footprint of Adam. Hold on, how you know that this is the footprint of Adam and why he don't have the other foot? What happened? First of all, when Adam was landing in the ground, he lost one of his shoes. And that tooth is the one who made the print. So what happened to it? Why? As you see, the Hindus and the Buddha, they build the temple in the top of the other foot. Like, what the heck? And then the Muslim, they tell you Islam is a religion, makes sense. Islam does not make sense, my friend. And where is the 3 sheikhs who told me we need time? And why this guy, he hang up? The poor Abdul.
Well, beloved, all this tells you for sure that Islam is an information-controlled cult. You are not allowed to ask questions, okay? Because the more you keep on asking questions, your prophet said you are under a curse if you do that, okay? Because himself, he didn't like for people to be asking him questions, because sometimes people would be putting questions that would just trigger his anger. And he wasn't ready for those questions. He wasn't ready to answer those questions because he didn't even have the answers. He didn't like for people to be questioning him on his prophethood. Okay? Because he himself was very much illiterate when it comes to the Bible. He didn't have any access to the actual Bibles Christians use. You understand? That is the exact reason the Jews and his contemporary Jews and Christians never saw him to be any prophet. They didn't recognize him to be prophet. And this is the reason behind why he had to redirect his followings from facing to Jerusalem when praying to Mecca, because they didn't accept him. Okay? They didn't accept him as a prophet. Beloved, shall we end it up here? Mufti Meng is actually lying. It is never true that way. The Bible gives us records in regards to Adam. And whatever Muslims say about Adam and Abraham and co are just duplicate of what the Bible says. And if you are duplicating, if you are copying, okay, and pasting, you have to copy the exact and paste the exact. Okay, but Muhammad did this just he tried to copy some stuff from the Bible and topple them with his fabricated stories. He created stories around the biblical stories, and this is exactly what is killing Islam today, because people's eyes are being opened. Okay, people's eyes are opening and they are getting to know clearly or ostensibly what Islam is. May God richly bless you. Share this program to everybody. Adam in Sri Lanka and Eve in Jeddah. They never met up before. May God richly bless you. Bye-bye.